Welcome to Atlanta, Georgia, Bobby Dodd Stadium and the home of the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. The Rambling Wreck is here, and these fans have been waiting since early in the day to get this one cranked up. Today, a clash between a couple of ACC rivals in a game that could have big-time implications for the rest of the season. Stadium buzzing, kickoff team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Yellow Jackets offense takes the field to start this game off. And David, their quarterback hasn't always blown you away statistically, but he is a guy that the coaches trust.
Yeah, and he'll show you some flashes of why you should trust him, Reese. But here's the thing. This is not a guy that we're saying, go win me the football game. That's not where he's at right now in his career. Jesse, he's a guy that needs the others. That they got to help him out. They got to play on schedule, not make those mistakes, and guys really play well around him.
Yeah, David, the one thing quarterbacks don't want to be referred to as is a game manager, but that's really more what this guy is. You're right. They have to be able to run the football. They can't turn it over. They got to play great defense. If they do that in this game, he's good enough to get this win.
Good play by the defense. Way to wrap him up. Way to know where the sticks are. Now put you in a successful position for third down. Now you can break out the fun packages, the blitzes, putting more speed, more little fast guys on the field.
Slings it downfield. Snagged on the outside. It's Phillips. They corral him out of bounds. Mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going. And the Yellow Jackets will line it up on 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Fitzpatrick. Finds his back in the middle.
Early in the game, as a DB, I'm settling in. It's okay if I give up 4, 6, 7 yards. I'm just trying to get settled in, gauge the speed, and then later on, I can adjust to the speed of the game.
The RPO, fire complete to the left. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. The Yellow Jackets are on the move. To the air on 1st down. Pocket breaking down. Fires downfield. Makes a connection. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
2nd and short, maybe looking for a shot. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
And this is what the offense knows they cannot do. They can't allow sacks. In their last game, they were sacked 5 times. Obviously lost that football game. Early in this one, they're having issues again.
And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack.
This defense talked about it coming into this football game. We've got to affect the quarterback. We got to rattle him. We got to hit him early. How about this? First drive, 2 sacks already. So far, mission accomplished.
And the Yellow Jackets will bring the punt team onto the field. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. And the punt goes out of bounds. We'll see where the officials spot it, but they certainly gave him no opportunity for a return. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense move.
Turning it on! And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves him with second and short. Might as well stick with him. Got enough for the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. A lot of yardage in front of them. First and 10 from their own 19. With the catch, it's Hardy. He's brought down at the 29 after a 10-yard gain.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
They'll run it from the gun. Couldn't find a lane. A pickup of 1 to the 31.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Scanning the field, it's Mack. With the catch, it's Moore. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. Last completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again.
Nice complementary football we're seeing from this team here early. Defense did their job in the opening drive, and now your offense is doing their job too. Really nice throw that time by the quarterback. You've got to love what you're seeing on both sides of the ball if you're this team's head coach.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his man. It's Moore. They finally make the stop, and it's been this way this guy's whole career as a senior makes a play after the grab. They've moved it to the 19, first and 10. Snowed under right at the line of scrimmage for no gain on the play. It's amazing how play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you want it.
Motion from the wide receiver. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Throwing right. Another incompletion on third down.
And this offense now is decision time. Man, they put a nice drive together. You want to walk away with points, but how aggressive do you want to be? Do you want to take this field goal, or do you want to try to get a touchdown?
It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. They're looking for any type of offense to try to get this thing going down 3-0. Creates a little space. They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
You just need more from your offensive line. Second and short like that, you'd love to be able to fire off the ball and pick that up running it, but the defense was able to get penetration. They were able to get a stop, and now you see...
Heel off one deep down the left side. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down. The Yellow Jackets will line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll get it up to about the the offense out on the field to go back to work. Handoff from the gun. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. They feed him again. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And how about the timing of the linebacker on the blitz to get in the backfield and get the tackle for loss?
Is there anything better for a linebacker than to run on a blitz and nobody's home except the back?
Such a great feeling when the Moses parts the Red Sea and the hole opens up and you go fill it.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. The give to the back. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Looking to throw, it's Mack. Rushes on him. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. We'll see if the offense can move the chains after that incompletion. Quickly complete. Huge gain before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line and no farther. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. And the D deny them on 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. And he is stopped. Not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the collision at the goal line, but he's in for the touchdown. Getting set for the point after.
I think the days of running backs just running downhill are out the window. You better be able to do this. You see the playmaker, slip him out of the backfield, throw him the football, he'll handle the rest, get in the end zone for the touchdown.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. And the Yellow Jackets with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. He hurls one deep down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, on defense, they know that this offense is going to try and take shots. They're going to try and keep their secondary players in a position to make these types of plays. Good job on the back end forcing that incompletion.
Trying to set up the screen. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. The Yellow Jackets line up to punt it away. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. The punt team makes its way onto the field. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He'll return it from the 50. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Looking for a man. It's Mack. He's got it. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the 1st down. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Grabbed over the middle. It's Bell. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Now on 2nd down. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left. And it's third down, but they're taking no chances. They'll send the field goal unit out before halftime. Smashes it between the uprights. And now the lead is extended a little further.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They get him corralled, but not before he gets that return out to the 35. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
All right, guys, looks like we've got a great game day atmosphere today in Atlanta.
And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. He'll start the third quarter with the run. Got the first down, looking for more. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. Open the drive with a chunk play out past the 40, and they are in business on first down. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking for space, it's Hardy. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. 3rd and short now from their own 48. Back to pass, it's Mack. Makes the catch, it's Hardy. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down, they've got it at the 40. New set of downs after the completion. Leaves it with the running back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Using that running game to bludgeon forward. He's got 4 down to the 35. 3rd and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is 4-down territory. That's reeled in. It's Hardy. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. Just not able to shake enough defenders and comes up a little bit short.
And I think a lot of times on 3rd down, Reese, you bet on your guy. When you're an offensive guy, you say, okay, he's going to break a tackle. He's going to get north and south.
He's got it. First down and more. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. Moving closer to the red zone. It's at the 27 on first down. He stopped after a 1-yard pickup at the 25.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Quite a bit of work to do on 3rd down from the 23, and this D would love to force a field goal try. From the gun, wants to pass. Gets it out fast. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. They'll try to convert on 4th and short from the 20. It's incomplete, and the defense makes the stop and gets the football back. Back to throw, it's Fitzpatrick. Looking for a big gain. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Off the play fake. Caught behind the line. It's Phillips. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield. But how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? 3rd down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion. Breaks into the open. He'll work and weave his way all the way up to the 45 before going out of bounds. And the Yellow Jackets come to the line in the hurry-up. Power football with the run.
And that wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
The Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Looking to fire. Finds his tight end. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. The Yellow Jackets are flying down the field.
When offenses get first downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas, run this no huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, and try to capitalize.
Well, you haven't seen a lot of incompletions from this guy now in his last 2 games out. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. As a head coach, you got to love the fact that your quarterback is dialed in.
Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. They'll need to get the ball to the 34 to convert this third down. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And they'll pat the kicker on the tail and tell him to go give it a shot. He's going to have to break out the thunderfoot on this one. They put on the heat and they blocked it.
Yeah, you saw how they just overloaded the left-hand side that time. They were able to overwhelm the offensive line, get in the backfield, and then get their paws up to block that kick.
Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. To the air, it's Mack. It's complete on the right side. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. Line getting set on second down. Back to pass. Quick strike complete. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work. Now facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Using the quick game. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances. And that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock, and they guess right, and they make a big play.
There he goes. Races down to the 2 and stopped just short of the goal line as he goes out of bounds. To have any chance in the world, this defense has to come up with a stop on first and goal. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. Saunters into the end zone for a touchdown. Starting to see some smiles on that sideline as they're close to a Week 10 victory. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. They've got to get points on this drive before this thing gets out of hand. Off the play fake on first down. Got it in the middle, it's Phillips. Brought down at the 25 after he picked up 10.
And this offense is going to have to catch some breaks, man. They're going to have to make some big plays. They're going to have to push the ball down the field. break some tackles, hit some home runs, down 3 possessions in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to do everything right.
And the Yellow Jackets in the hurry up.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
They'll mark him down at the 37. It's a 10-yard gain. The Yellow Jackets come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking for a man. It's Fitzpatrick. Here comes the heat. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. That offense having to deal with the last thing you want on first down, giving up a sack as they come up to the line on second down. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it, and what a time that would have been for their first pick of the game. It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's 3rd and long from the 30. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Catch in the middle. It's Phillips. He gets it up to the 37-yard line, and let's see if they're willing to gamble on 4th down. They're throwing for it on 4th down. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. And they are stopped on 4th down. That decision will be questioned. Couldn't really get started there. Pickup of 1 to the 35.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Snagged in the middle, it's Bell. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on 1st down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Sweet cut there.
Yeah, it's make or break time for this defense now. They got to get a stop, and if that's bringing more bodies in, bringing more beef in, they're running the football right up the gut, right at you. They're not going to throw the football in this situation. Time to be more physical and get this big stop.
He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. They'll make the stop, but that 1st down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. And they probably don't need to risk running a play here, but the head coach might want to rub it in just a little bit. Under heat, and he gets rid of it. He just threw it away. The last thing you want to do is try to force something on 1st down in the red zone. After getting nothing, it's 2nd and goal from the 6. Backs looking for the goal line. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And they're in for a touchdown late in this game.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Wants to throw. It's Fitzpatrick. Under fire. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. And they are in for the score here late in the 4th quarter. Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed outplayed their opponent and took care of business.
Yeah, total domination in all three phases of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams. This team came ready to play, and man, it was pedal to the metal right from the opening kickoff.
And that's how you like it. Forget the close games, forget the heartbreakers, this play could decide it. Just frying pan meat face, ball game over.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.